Brock Purdy makes Kyle Shanahan better, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Brock Purdy is the MVP in the National Football League right now. I don't care. Hi, guys. Here's what we're going to do. All right, there's a lot of talk about the fact that the 49ers and the Cowboys are a rivalry. What are we talking about? Because let me just say, when you turn the film on, this game's not close. The rivalry's not close. The last 3 times the 49ers and Cowboys have played, Micah.
I don't think they really are higher level than us.
I'm sorry, bro, but it's not it, man. If you had like 10 more of you on the field on defense, maybe. But even that, when I watch it, it's not enough, man, because let's just dig into it. Let's just show you why the Cowboys and the 49ers in this era are never going to be close. Right? Like they say in Orange County.
As long as I have a breath in my body,
you'll never get into Stanford. All right? I'm talking directly like Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, because let's just see. All right, here we go. Offense. Why? Why is it so clamped? Right? Is it Dak's fault? No, it's not all Dak's fault. Mike McCarthy, a lot of it's Mike McCarthy's fault. Okay, but honestly, this stuff worked like in 86, 90, right? This was good stuff. Here's what I'm talking about. We got a single high safety. Ufunga, Roman, all right? We're going to basically run standard cookie cutter offense, all right? And I'm sorry, but it's not good enough because the defense for the 49ers sees this stuff every day, and it looks a whole lot different than this. But here's what happens. You run this basic little 12 to 15-yard out route with the tight end, off-play action pass, happens every time, okay? And here he goes. He's going to literally run. This outside backer is going to turn his back to Dak and run to the flag. Like, you just don't see this. This is complete clamps. This is Clamp City. All right, Dak? Like, it's not your fault. Like, I watched a kid on YouTube earlier this morning, watched this play, just because I wanted to see what was out there. What are the people talking about? Right? They said Dak needs to throw a better ball. He needs to throw it a little bit lower. Okay, I don't even know. Like, I feel like the Penn State coach right now. Like, what you're saying is making me dumber. Like, I can't even be a part of that because this throw should not be anywhere other than where it was, high and uncatchable by anyone on the field. So, Dak, it's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. Like Good Will Hunting, Robin Williams, Matt Damon. If Noah would be so kind as to put that clip in right now, we could tell you guys how the meeting between Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott should go.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Not your fault. Let's go to the next play. Now, this one, okay, this is your fault. All right, this is your fault because conceptually, this isn't great, all right? It's not great. It's old school basic stuff. Again, here comes our Mike McCarthy special, 12 to 15-yard out route, okay? But at the top, he actually gives you an answer. He gives you this little drive concept that if you're on it, you can throw it off that defender. You got a 2-high safety. This guy right here at the bottom of the screen, right? This corner is the key to this whole play. Your eyes should go right here. So let's all watch it together, all right? If that safety rotates over the top and this corner does this and he sits in the flat, okay, which he's sitting, right? He's on this, he's not running. He can blow this guy up and he can blow this guy up. So if Dak's eyes are in the right place, which it looks like they are, they're looking that direction, right? You just flip your hips back over here and you throw this drive concept, right? Off this player. It's very simple, okay? But your eyes got to be in the right place. You can't blow up Tony Pollard. Thank God he threw this behind him. This is the second pass that Dak has missed that actually saved a life. All right. This is the life saved, this running back, because this corner is going to blow it up. If you just watch this route concept right here, right, that corner has eyes on both, right? The outside breaking route by the tight end and the back. Get up top. Look at this, man. We got space. We got a clean pocket, right? That's a good play, okay? Mike McCarthy, that's a good play. Your quarterback is just not really sure where to go with this. This one bothers me. All right. A lot of these plays have bothered me. This one bothers me. All right. So what did you do? You lined up in a heavy, Mike McCarthy said, all right, I want to run the football. We're going to pound it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to out physical the 49ers. Now, defensively, you guys have done that, right? The last couple contests. And so offensively, they kind of had to match that. I've talked about that a lot, even on the NFL Network. You got to match their physicality on defense. So the Niners loaded the box. The Cowboys have a heavy run set. So what they're going to do is they're going to play action pass, which is fine. You can play action pass. Let's not run this basic little concept again that I've already seen. All right, so I'm going to clear that because I don't want to see that. But you can take a shot outside. You can throw it. You got a one-on-one. What you have to do is you got to control this guy. You got to control the safety. That's the quarterback's guy, right? That's your guy. You have to keep him in between the hashes with your eyes, right? The other thing that has to happen, if we're going to throw a down the field go route, is we have to go outside, down the field, and save me 5 yards on the outside, right? So I can drop it in the box and I can keep it away from this player. What do the Cowboys do? That's a great question. They decide they're going to inside release at the top of the screen, get him closer to the safety, right? Now he's running up the inside edge of the numbers. Safety's in the middle of the field, but Dak's shoulders are cranked up and ready to launch a rocket, okay? And what does he do? He throws it inside the numbers 5 yards over his head. Like, I don't even understand. I've watched a lot of football. I've played a lot of football. I've never seen this be okay to throw. The safety's in the middle of the field, yes. But where you throw this, if it's 5 yards from the sideline and this receiver is out here, he can't get there. That's another 10, 15 yards of space that he has to cover. But where he throws it is inside the numbers, and it just doesn't give you any chance to be successful. I like the idea of taking a shot versus single safety, but for me, man, you got to be on the details. Here's another detail. Okay, this is the last one that I'm going to show the Cowboys, and then we'll get to some good offense, some guys that actually know what they're doing, okay, on the offensive side of the ball. This right here is crazy to me because you're going to throw essentially a double slant look, okay? 2 slants, which is a pretty standard concept, okay? Again, I keep going back to this cookie cutter standard concept stuff because it's all over the place with the Cowboys. The only time they make a play is when Dak is out physicaling someone in the backfield, scrambles around, and CeeDee Lamb breaks off his route. It's very rare do I see them in the course of a concept make a consistent play, especially against good defense. So here's we go. We got 2 slants. Unfortunately, they're breaking at the same depth, okay? What I would like to see is this to happen over here to the wide side of the field with more space. This happens so tight over here. Let me get into the details of what we're doing. We're reading this player essentially. All right, so as I let it roll, I'll stop it when Dak has to make his read. Right here, okay? At this point, if you're coaching the quarterbacks, you're telling Dak that I have to read this defender over this inside slant. Is he inside of him? Yes. Is this slant by the inside receiver doing its job? Yes. Right? So I have a window to the outside, correct? Well, in theory you do, but unfortunately you ran it into the short side of the field, and now the defender has to take literally 3 steps to pick it off. I don't see in any world how this can be successful. They hit a play like this earlier and it was complete, but I would say that the 49ers didn't play it correctly. They came back to it, and man, they should have just stayed with the first one that they got lucky with because you just can't complete this ball. Dak can't throw it any sooner. 1 step, ball out. 1 step, ball out. He can't throw any sooner, and it's picked off. I don't know if this worked in practice. I don't know how. I don't know what the Cowboys would be doing on defense in practice for them to allow this pass to be thrown. Maybe they have a quarterback playing outside linebacker in the scout team, and it's just easier. I don't know what they're doing. But this play should go down here to CeeDee Lamb, right? If I was Dak, I would say, well, we just got to throw it. I got to throw it over here to my best player. This is just clamp city. There's no chance. Okay, I can't watch this anymore. We're not watching the Cowboys anymore. I'm over it. They're not good enough, all right? Conceptually, they're not going to be able to ever beat the 49ers. I'm sorry. Like, unless you do something different and you involve Dak in the run game, which I begged for last week, by the way. Like, watch Philly. Just go watch what happens when Philly plays Dallas. Watch how many times Jalen Hurts is involved in the run. You're going to say, oh, Jalen runs better than Dak. Yes, but Dak is capable of running. He's capable of being involved in those plays. And so for me, until they get to that point, they're not ever going to be as nice as this group right here that I'm about to show you. This is why the 49ers are the best team in the league, okay? Because Brock Purdy, he's a system quarterback. It's Kyle Shanahan. Hey, look, I'm the biggest Kyle Shanahan fan on the planet, all right? But Brock Purdy makes Kyle Shanahan better, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Brock Purdy is the MVP in the National Football League right now. I don't care. You could throw whatever you want at me. You could be aggressive in the comments. I don't care. Brock, watch this. Watch the tape together. Let's just see what happens. First of all, Kyle Shanahan is great, all right? Because this concept is sweet, and I had to get it in here. So you get a man coverage look, okay? So what do, right? And the Bakersfield Christian Eagles are actually going to do this against the Garces Rams, and we're going to beat them doing these same concepts. So if you watch this video in time, Garces, you'll be able to see what we're going to run, but you won't see it in time. We're going to beat you with it, and then we'll replay it. Maybe I'll send it to your coach and your players after the game's over. So we're going to run this same concept because I'm just going to literally steal it from Kyle Shanahan because it's amazing. So you get man-to-man. So what you do is you switch release these guys. So you push this guy vertical, and then you break him to the post, and it kind of confuses the coverage here. And then you take Brandon Ayuk, and you show that you're going to run a wheel, but you're not running a wheel. You're not running a wheel. You're going to run this guy to the inside. He's going to take the inside guy. A lot of times these guys will in and out it, right? Then when you start to run the wheel, then you're going to break back to the in route, and you're going to give me goosebumps because that's what happens when I watch good offensive football. All right, and that's what should happen to you when you watch good offensive football. Because look at Brandon Ayuk. Poor Dallas Cowboys think this is a wheel. Guess what? It's not. It's not a wheel. It's an in route thrown with insane timing. Okay, the ball's already coming out of his hand. He's not even out of his break. Like we tell quarterbacks, if you can throw this before he gets to that hash, that'd be great. Look how early he's thrown it. What did Brock Purdy see that he said, you know what? I'm just gonna. This dude throws with crazy anticipation on this type of concept right here. I just don't know how you can coach this. Like, this is not stuff you can coach. He lays it in there as this dude is coming out of his break. Right here, it's beautiful, okay? That's just one play. Safety had no chance, all right? That's just one play. All right, we find ourselves in a 1st and 15. All right, what are we doing 1st and 15? I don't know. Let's shift. Let's motion. Let's move everybody before the snap. And then, okay, that's great. But do we have a good concept? We have a decent concept. I mean, you could even say that it's clamped to the top. It's covered. I mean, that's a good job, right? Trying to manipulate and make something happen down the field with Kittle, right? But that's kind of covered. But at the bottom here with Brandon Ayuk, look at this timing. This is insane, right? This is good stuff. I would tell you, just from studying the game and watching it, there's probably 5 quarterbacks that make this throw right now. All right, one of them is Derek Carr. Okay, it's to Michael Thomas. He's done it. He's done it already this year. But there aren't that many other quarterbacks that would throw this. This is trust in your system. Say he's a system quarterback, fine. Let's watch it from the end zone. Let's just see if this is system quarterback or if this is MVP of the league. Let's just find out. All right, so let's just let this go. Okay, here comes Brock Purdy. Here comes the motion. All right, here goes a shift. We're going to bring some more guys across. Leighton Van Der Esch, he's not really sure what's happening, right? That causes indecision. That makes your quarterback better. I would agree with that, all right? But, I mean, did Kyle Shanahan, did he teach him to throw it like this? I mean, are you kidding me right now? Look at that. First of all, good job by the equipment staff and making sure this ball is brown, not red. That's an important key, all right? So you guys need to pay attention. If your team throws red footballs, they're going to be bad, okay? They're not going to be a good team. If your team throws brown footballs, their equipment staff is elite, all right? This is an elite equipment staff because the football is brown. It's got mud on it. That means it's a little bit grippy, all right? It's a little stickier, all right? You can say, I'm crazy. Fine. Watch your team. If they can't throw the football, watch how red their footballs are, all right? Look at that, though. That's impressive. I mean, that's good stuff, man. That's Brock Purdy. That's Brock Purdy. Love that. Let's watch it again. Let's watch it in slow motion. I mean, Leighton's right there. But that's good stuff. So, as we go forward, let's just remember this throw right here, right? By Brock Purdy, throwing it early, layering it in there on the second level, and realize this guy's a good player. This is 3rd and 4, okay? 3rd and 4. This is a decent concept. But, I mean, this is just elite level throw and placement. This is crazy because when I watch this concept roll out, it's a nice play design. So you run this little out-breaking route and you whip back in. That's good, right? And then you're going to attack the outside. But look at this. They're ready for it. Dallas's outside leverage, they know this play's coming probably. He's sitting on it. And Brock had to adjust his feet on this play as well. And then just throws it perfect on the sideline.
Personal foul on you for not being subscribed to the YouTube channel. Fix it.
Now, the cool part about this sequence right here, as we stop right here, that was the 3rd and 4 play. There was a holding call. Kyle Shanahan has his little sheet. He's hot. He's mad, right? What do I go to? Let's call a screen. Most coaches would go screen, draw. Let's get the ball to McCaffrey. Let's try to make a safe play. It's 3rd and 14, and all he does is call another shot. Why? Because his quarterback is the MVP of the league. All right, you guys are going to start figuring out the concepts here and why we're doing this, okay? So 3rd and 14, And the other thing is, we know what Dallas is going to play, right? Remember, let's go back in the Wayback Machine. All right. Who's the defensive coordinator? I'll let you Google that. Okay. Dan Quinn, I'll tell you. All right. Who's the offensive coordinator for the 49ers? Kyle Shanahan. Where were they together? Atlanta. 28-3. They lost. Okay. But what happens in situations when coaches work together is they know what's going to happen, right? They know that Leighton Vander Esch is going to run the pipe in Tampa 2, right? And we're going to clear him out with this inside receiver, and then we're going to lay this ball in here to Debo. So why would you have the courage to call something on 3rd and 14 like this aggressive? Because you know without a shadow of a doubt what coverage they're going to be in, right? And you're going to attack it. And that is another reason why, if you want to play the clip again, Noah, that's fine, right?
As long as I have a breath in my body.
You don't have a chance, right? As long as there's a breath in my body is what Kyle Shanahan is saying right now, right? To Dan Quinn, to Mike McCarthy, to Dak Prescott, as he rolls his car windows up and says, watch your fingers. This was happening. This is it. It's 3rd and 14. You have him backed up, and all he does is lay another beauty in there to the middle of the field to Debo Samuel, who probably almost scores. Yes. Game-saving tackle, right? Essentially. But as you watch this, it's not just like, I'm not just hand-picking plays. See, that's the crazy part, is I watched several series, right, of the Cowboys where I just let the play roll. And Austin was standing over my shoulder. And I said, Austin, let's just go to the next one. And it was just play after play after play of either bad concepts or bad execution. I don't care how good your team is. You're not as talented as the San Francisco 49ers. I love the Cowboys growing up. I was a big Cowboy fan. But guys, I mean, I would love for this to be a rivalry. It's not close. I'm just telling you, they can play 5 more times in the next 2 or 3 years. It's going to be the same outcome every single time until they do something different, because Brock Purdy is legit. Kyle Shanahan is legit. And that's it, man. Like, there's just nothing else to it. So Godspeed, Mike McCarthy and Dak. And whatever you guys are talking about in that meeting room, it better involve Dak in some run game or putting him in harm's way a little bit, because if you see these guys again, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. So you guys hit us up in the comments. Tell me if you'd like to see me break down the New Orleans Saints, right? I know you would. It's not going to happen, right? I know you'd love it, right? Guess what? Like, that's just Derek cooking. So just watch them as they progress through the end of the season, and then they're Super Bowl. They're going to get a chance to play the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC playoffs. It's going to be fun. I can't wait for it. See you later.
Hey, I just caught you not subscribed to our YouTube channel. Change that.